You know what sucks? I really like Street Fighter Alpha 2. Street Fighter Alpha 2 is my favorite Street Fighter game. And I had the chance to talk about it earlier, something like 8 months ago, and I got beat out and I didn't get to talk about it. Here, actually let me go ahead and show you the clip. So, me and Sakam are working on a top 10 Capcom's game list.
Top 10 favorite Capcom games.
Of all time. All time.
When it was time for the number one pick, I picked my number one favorite Capcom game.
That's right, what he said. Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold is the best Capcom game.
Boo!
What?
No!
What? What are you booing about? It's filled with awesome supers and custom combos. It's great!
No.
For some reason, Sakam doesn't like Street Fighter Alpha 2 that much. So he challenged me to a fight in Street Fighter to see who gets their game at the number one spot.
Gets their game on the number one spot. How about that?
But I suck at Street Fighter.
Oh well.
So there I was feeling sorry for myself when suddenly some dude busted out of my closet.
Hey, you suck at Street Fighter.
The guy offered to train me and we became good friends really fast. Sakam had to come out and be a jerk and beat up my new friend.
Third Strike's number one on the top 10 list. Going down.
Then when it came time to play, guess what? I lost.
That's right. Third Strike's number one.
So Sakam got his choice at number one, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And you know, I could have won. It's just that I had something in my eye, you know what I mean? So, you know, I lost, but at least I was a man about it. I went ahead and let him have his choice. But, you know, still, I wanted to do my video. I wanted to talk about Street Fighter Alpha 2, which was my favorite game. You know, I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys about it. So guess what? Now's the time. This is the time. Street Fighter Alpha 2 for the Sega Saturn, which I think is the best version of the game. And I'm going to go ahead and do this video now. So let's go! Before I tell you guys about this game, I want to tell you why it's my favorite Street Fighter. Alpha 2 is the game I learned how to play Street Fighter on. Even though it wasn't the first Street Fighter I owned, Championship Edition was the first one I owned for the Genesis. Alpha 2 was the first time I was obsessed with getting to be the best of all my friends, which never happened. Believe it or not, Street Fighter Alpha 2 isn't just a sequel to Street Fighter Alpha, it's also a remake. As far as Street Fighter Alpha 2's point in the Street Fighter timeline goes, it takes place after Street Fighter 1, but before Street Fighter 2. Why it's called Alpha, I don't understand. But to make things weirder, in Japan, the Street Fighter Alpha series is called Street Fighter Zero. What? No, Zero, they're not going to make a fighting game about you.
No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
Whatever, man. Chill out. As far as the story goes in Street Fighter Alpha 2, I'm not really sure if there's an actual overarching story. It seems more like it's about each one of the characters. In Alpha 1 and 2, there's no set final boss. Each character has their own individual rival that they fight at the end of the game. It seems like the game is more about each character's personal journey. Kind of like, this is how they became who they were when they were in Street Fighter 2. Sort of like that. At least that's my theory. Don't quote me on that. And that's actually one of the reasons that this is one of my favorites. I kind of like how they don't really focus on one big story, but you get to learn more about the characters. Now, I already said this on my Resident Evil Battle Game video, but what is the reason that the Sega Saturn version is superior to the PlayStation version? Actually, there's two reasons. First reason is the controller. As you can see here, the Sega Saturn controller has all 6 buttons on the face, which makes it easier to do your light, medium, and strong attacks. And then you have your 3 punch and 3 kicks up here. Now the second reason is it just feels like it runs a little bit smoother and the animation is a little bit better on the Sega Saturn as opposed to the PlayStation. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just not really a really big difference, it just feels better on the Saturn. It just feels more like that's how Street Fighter Alpha is supposed to be. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Street Fighter's just Street Fighter. But no, that's not true. Back when this first came out, it was the fastest, best looking Street Fighter ever. And this game added some features that weren't in other Street Fighter games before it. First feature, which was actually introduced in the game before it, were the Alpha counters. This was a really cool system. Alpha counters would let you use one of your super bars to counter someone's move and knock them away. The next big addition to Street Fighter Alpha 2 were the custom combos. How this worked was it would let you use your super bar to speed up your attacks to perform devastating combos. And the super bars, which were introduced in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, were perfected in Street Fighter Alpha 2. And I know I haven't mentioned this yet, but this game controls like a dream. Well, actually, you don't really have much control over your dreams, so it controls really good. So what you get is a really great fighting game that's not really the most balanced game in the world, but it's really good. After all, Bob Saget is an asshole. I mean, Sagat! Because his damn tiger uppercut is such a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. This game has a total of 18 characters that are some of the most badass in any Street Fighter game. Now as far as modes go, you get arcade, versus, training, and if you're playing on the Saturn, you get an exclusive survival mode. And in addition to the Saturn exclusive survival mode, the Saturn also gets illustrations. If you guys want to see them, I did a video on it a while ago. You can go ahead and check it out and watch me bob back and forth in my chair. Next thing I want to talk about is Street Fighter Alpha 2's music. While it's not as good as Alpha's music, Alpha 2's music is great. They took all the best themes from Street Fighter 2 and did incredible arranged versions. Actually, let you guys try Zambu! I know there's a lot of Hadoukens in there, but the soundtrack is great. Now, as you can tell, since I've been showing tons and tons of clips of this beautiful game, the artwork and the backgrounds look incredible! No, but seriously, this game gets an A+ in the presentation department. Now the sprites look incredible. I mean, this is what I think Street Fighter characters should look like. But the thing that catches me every single time are the backgrounds. The backgrounds are like masterpieces. Even today, there are still some fights that I lose because I'm lost in the background just staring at all the artwork. And one of my favorite things about Alpha 2 is how many characters they hide in the background. I mean, who said that Fei Long wasn't in Street Fighter Alpha 2? Even though this was kind of a teaser, especially considering I love playing as Fei Long, it was still cool that they put him in the background. And then there's Ken Stage, who has tons of Capcom characters hiding in his background. Like look there's Strider Hiryu, who freaks out every single time you do a super move. And then there's Captain Commando holding a baby, and Felicia swimming in the pool, and then Morgan hanging out with some dudes. I know Morgan's hot and everything, but I'm pretty sure those dudes are dead, because succubuses kill people. And then there's the way how Sagat's background moves. It doesn't even look like it's layered, it just looks amazing. But I just want to say something real quick about something that annoys me about almost all Street Fighter games. Like, when you want to pick the normal character, like this one, it's cool, yeah, a white outfit. But I don't want white, I want the normal character color. Orange. No, I don't want orange. I'm gonna try again. No, I gotta get red. Alright, let's try again. No, fuck! Purple? Really? Alright, let's do this again. Alright, we're gonna get... You're serious. Green. Come on, really, green. Not red? Alright, seriously, how many colors can it be? I want red. Which button is it? No, another shade of purple. A different shade of purple. Alright, let's get red. There's only one more button left to push. Yes, come on. Yes! Red. That's right. Right! But that's probably the one thing that annoys me about almost all Street Fighter games, is trying to find out which button... Shit, I forgot what button I pushed. Damn it! Why can't I just pick my color? I forgot what damn button it is to get the red outfit. Come on. Green. Alright, Ken's new color is green. You got it? But that's probably one of the very few things that annoys me about Street Fighter games. Street Fighter is my favorite fighting game franchise, as it is many other people's. So there, I think I've done my best to tell you guys why I think that Street Fighter Alpha 2 is not only the best Capcom game in my opinion, but my favorite Street Fighter. In addition to all that cool stuff I just talked about, Akuma gets his own personal staff role, and that is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this video on that note.